Hey guys, it's me Hanaf and welcome to part 3 of the Flask blog tutorial series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to implement a login and authorization system for your admin page. So in the last video, what I did was I basically made the page dynamic. So if you can add posts, you can go and read them. They have slugs, and you can also use the admin route with Flask Admin to manage your posts and configure them, edit them, delete them, etc., etc. But right now, the problem is that anyone can access your admin page. So what I want to do in this video is just implement a simple login system so that the people who have access to the who are logged in, they can only use it. Now you can do the login system or make the system in using two ways. Either you can use Flask Login, which is a third-party module for Flask, or you can implement your own sessions and just manage it by yourself. And I'm going to be telling you guys the pros and cons of both of these systems. So Flask Login is very easy, but it's mainly created for making web applications that has a lot of users. For example, if you make a platform like Facebook or something, social media, where a lot of people will register, they will have their own accounts, etc. And for those kinds of applications, you can use Flask Admin. But if you want to make web applications that only has a few users, like 2, 3, or just a single user, you can use Flask sessions for that. So since I'm going to be the only one who will use the admin page, I'm not going to be using Flask Login, but instead I'm going to be using Flask sessions for securing the admin page. So what I've did here is that I've imported session, because you need to import session from Flask, and I'm going to be modifying the model view class a little bit. So right now I want to create my new class, which is, I'm gonna name it like secure model view, because this one doesn't have a login system, but this one will have one, and this will inherit from the model view class. So inheritance is basically that this class is taking in all of the methods and attributes of this class. So we can access the attributes of this class from here. So this is the base class, and this is the class that inherits it. Now we need to override a method, and overriding is basically, for example, there is a method in this class, but I'm writing the method again and overriding it. That I'm writing the method myself, and instead of using the default method, it will use the one I wrote. So this method is called, let me check, admin. Okay, so let's go over here, and the method is going to be called, I think it's called, let me check, extensions, base.py admin, right? So suppose, and this is the base class, we have the model view, and admin. Okay, so is accessible. So this is the class, and by default it always returns true. And you can see that override this method to add permission checks. So if it returns true, then I have to it will just show the page like this if it returns true. So I'm not going to be modifying the Flask Admin module, but instead I'm going to be taking this and overriding it myself. So def is accessible, okay, since the model view inherits from this. And now I'm not going to be returning true, because if it returns true, then the user will have access to the page. So in this method, I'm going to be checking if the user is logged in or not. So in the session object, I'm going to have a key called is logged in. Logged in. So I'm going to be checking that, and if we do if logged in session, so we're checking that if the logged in key is in the session variable, we will return true. That means if the user is logged in, we'll be returning true, or else we'll be aborting with a 403 error. So 403 means you're unauthorized. And let's restart the server. Yeah, it's restarting. Do this, and oh yeah, I'm logged in. I forgot to clear my session. So last time I tried this, I was logged in, so let me clear all of the cookies. And let me clear cookies and data. And let's remove the cookies. Yeah, I'm removing them. And now if we refresh, oh, okay, so I need to add a logout route before. So this is working because I have the session already, and if I'm logged in, then it'll return true, and if I'm not logged in, it will return false. So now let's make a logout page so I can log out. So add app.route /logout. Oh, sorry, my bad. Because I tested it before making the video, because I didn't find any tutorials on how to make your own login system on YouTube, because I didn't know. So I made it myself. Log out, and now session.clear, and then return redirect slash. So basically I'm doing that is that I'm clearing the session and then redirecting to this page. So let's do that. And also I forgot one thing, that's the reason it's not working, is that instead of using model view, I have to use secure model view. Now if we refresh, as you can see, it's forbidden. I don't have permission to access the resource, even though I didn't use the logout route. I forgot to rename it to secure model view instead of model view. So as you can see, since I'm not logged in the session object, it's not returning true, and instead it's returning 403. So the 403 code means forbidden, and I can't access it. So if I now go over here, it's still 403. I can't use it. So now we can make a login system, and app.route /login and def login. For now, I'm just going to be implementing a system where it literally logs you in automatically, and then I'm going to be using a template I found online. So this is the template that I'm going to be using for the login form, because I don't want to make my own login form now. So account login and logged in equals to true, and then I'm going to be redirected to a return redirect /admin. Okay, so the server is restarting, and let's go over here to the page. And since I'm not already logged in, let me go to login. So basically the login route is just logging me in automatically, because I haven't implemented a form login system, just for showing you guys that the override is working. So now let's go to login, and it redirects me to the post page. Okay, so the admin is now working, and if I do log out, it redirects me here, and now if I do admin, it's going to be showing me that I'm forbidden. So the method override has worked, and the login and logout routes are working, so session is working. Now let's use this login.html form. So let's make a form login.html. Let's go and copy everything, paste it here, and bam. So what do we need over here? So we need to do /static/vendor. Do we have bootstrap.css? Yeah. And font awesome, right? So static/vendor/ oh no, font awesome free /css/ font awesome.min.css. How about that? So icon font. So I need to copy all of this from here. So let me go to the folder login 19, copy the fonts, and now go to the static folder to copy, paste it over here. That's working. And now go to static/fonts, And now we need to use animate.css. So animate.css vendor. So let's copy all of these because I really don't know why they need it. And let's just copy everything about that because I don't want to mess this up since I don't know the code over here. Let's go and copy everything. Skip these files since we don't need the files with the same name. So /static/ vendor. So this is the thing that I'm going to be using everywhere. So this, and this. Let's go to JavaScript files. Oh, sorry about that. Now let's try to return the render template. So for now, let's just do this: return render template login.html. How about that? Restart the server. Well, Camtasia is weird. Now if we go to the login route, login. Oh, why is it not working? Is it Bootstrap or is it something weird? CSS, it's that. So what did I mess up over here? It's trying to, let me just go inspect element, network, reload, for main.js. So util.css, okay, I got this. So it's trying to find util.css, but it can't. So we find util.css. Sorry, I messed it up a little bit. Let's go to CSS because I really don't know what it has. Main.css and util.css. Go to static CSS. How about that? Now let's do this. Oh, sorry. Refresh. Okay, so it's working correctly. Now if I send a post request, okay, so this is a get request right now. So the form is working correctly, and now I need to modify a few things. So I don't want this and this. Yeah, I don't want any of this. So let's just create an account and do this, remove this, and this. So the button will be type submit, refresh. Okay, so this is perfect, looks really good. And so the form is going to be, methods are going to be post. So this is going to post method since I don't want the form to use anything else. And I want this to be username. Instead of email, I want this to be username. And username. And the name is going to be username, okay, so name is going to be password. And this is also, the placeholder will also be password. So now we need to make it required since we don't want anyone to skip them or else it will show a server error. So over here, an alt required. Now if we refresh and if we try to skip something, it will say, and now if we go over here, it will say, okay, fill out this field. And now if we try to submit this form, it will say method not allowed for the requested URL. Yeah, and that was expected since the login route doesn't have the post method enabled. It only has the get method enabled. So in the app.route section, we need to do methods equals to a list, get, and post. Both of these methods. And now if we do this, go over here, just send something. It's not returning anything, and I know the reason, because we don't have a handler for the post request, because this is getting executed every time we either do the get request or the post request. So we need to separate both of the requests and handle them in two different ways. So in case of the post request, it will check if the username and passwords are the ones I want in the script. Sorry, let me rephrase that. So it will check if the username and passwords are the correct ones, and if they are, they'll redirect you back to the admin page, and if they are not correct, they will send you a message that, okay, this is not correct. So we will do use request for this. So from Flask, import request. Okay, so we need to do if request dot method equals to post. Now we'll do the fun stuff, and we'll check if the passwords and usernames are okay. So if request.form.get username, and we're basically taking the name, so the name is username, so we're getting the form data of the input with the username. So request.form get username equals to what should I put the username? Now, since it's a one user login system, I don't want to create a new table in the database and encrypt the passwords. I just want to use it in the script. So if the username is me and request.form.get password, I think is it password? Let me check the name, password. Okay, so correct. And I want the password to be let's do I am Hanaf @12345. Okay, let's do this. So it's a fun little password. I don't use it in real life, so you guys can go and try to use this password using my email and hack into my account. It won't work. So if request.form.get username equals to Hanaf and request.form, like this is literally checking if the username and passwords match and they're correct. Then it'll do this session.loggedin equals to true, and then it'll redirect back there. So return redirect /admin, and if it's not true, then it literally render the template, but it will do failed equals to true. So I'm passing a parameter to Ginger2, and then we are going to be using that variable inside Ginger2. So we are going to be using a center tag, why not, and then do small, and style will be color red. I'm just doing inline styles, nothing too fancy about it. Okay, so why is it not working? Let's do this. Okay, so now the name will be incorrect username or password. How about that? Let's try to go over here, and let's not do that. Go over here. Okay, so by default it's returning. Oh yeah, I forgot to use the Ginger2 logic. So why does Visual Studio Code do that with Ginger2? So if failed equals to true, or we can just do if failed, and we can do, I hate this. Okay, so end if. So Ginger2 works like this. Now if we refresh, it's not going to be doing anything. But if we type in some weird username or password, it's going to be showing this incorrect username or password. But if we type in the right password, what the hell was the password? I literally forgot right now. Yeah, I'm on a feather 12345. And now let's paste in the password, sign in. As you can see, we went to the admin page. Now let's go to post. We can now configure post, create post. Let's just name it something like this. Date posted today. Save it. It's working. Now if we go to the home page, the post is over here. And if we go, it's also over here. Now if we want to log out, let's do log out. We're back over here. Now if we do admin, forbidden, since I'm not logged in. And now if I go to login, I can just go log in and do stuff. So this is how you can secure your admin page for your blog if you're using Flask Admin. And if you're not using Flask Admin, you can still use an if statement to see if you're logged in inside of the session variable. Okay, so you can see if you're logged in inside of session variable, and then you can either give the user a 403 error or just give them access. So you can do it yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys can now secure your own admin pages. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to send emails using the contact page, since right now the contact page doesn't really do anything. And it was supposed to be a 3-video series, but for some reason it will be a 4th video series. So I hope you can now make your own secure admin page, and if you did, be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I'm going to be having putting all the code from this video to the GitHub repository. So yeah, see you in the next video. Peace out.